And good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to a special holiday edition of the Friday Night Locker Room and our continuing coverage of local high school sports. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Community Bank of the South and their 3 locations in Brevard County. One at 277 North Side Creek Parkway in Merritt Island, the other at State Road 524 in Cocoa, and 1902 South Fisk Boulevard in Rockledge. Community Bank of the South is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. And as always, today's broadcast is sponsored by Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac, located on the 520 Causeway on Merritt Island. Happy holidays, everybody. Orville Susong here along with Steve Wilson. We're in Orlando, Florida on the campus of Bishop Moore Catholic High School for the boys and girls Jim Clark Holiday Basketball Classic. 8 boys teams, 8 girls teams. Today's game features the Titusville Terriers versus Trinity Prep. Steve Wilson down on the sidelines, ready to talk to the head coach of the Titusville Terriers.
Thanks, Orville. I am with Chris Bainbridge, head coach of the Terriers. Coach, day 2, game 2. How do you feel?
Well, we feel pretty good. A little concerned about their size. They got a couple of 6'6" kids, and we don't have 6'6" kids, so we got to figure out a way to control those big guys. Otherwise, we feel okay.
How do you do that, Coach? You mentioned a couple of 6'6" starters, 6'3".
Well, we try to create a tempo in which we can negate the big guy's size by either getting in transition and scoring early. I do know they'll play some zone on us. So with those big guys underneath, it's going to be hard for us to get easy looks at the basket underneath. So we need to create some transition offensive opportunities.
All right, Coach, good luck today in the semifinals.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
That is Chris Bainbridge, head coach of the Titusville Terriers. He's right, Orville. We're going to go over the starters in a few minutes, but Trinity Prep has some size.
Absolutely, Steve. And how did the Titusville Terriers get here yesterday? The Titusville Terriers took on Lake Howell at the 1:30 game, and Titusville won 64-45. Trinity Prep yesterday at the 10:30 game, they beat University 40-33 to set up today's semifinal match between the Titusville Terriers and the Trinity Prep Saints.
Orville, I'm going to see if I can sneak in, grab a quick word with Erwin Hudson, head coach of the Trinity Prep Saints. Coach, first, welcome to the Friday Night Locker Room.
Hey, thank you, sir.
What do the Saints have to do this afternoon to be successful?
Actually, we've got to play our basketball, and that's just being tough, more physical than the other teams. We're bigger. We've got a couple really good guard play, but our bigs is what got to control the boards. I mean, I've watched Titusville play, and they're a very good team. They actually beat us over the summer. So and their guards get after it. They're bigs, they're strong, they're relentless on the boards. So we got to keep them off the boards and watch out for their fast breaking, because they really are a fast breaking team.
All right, Coach, good luck this afternoon.
Appreciate it, sir.
That is Erwin Hudson, head coach of the Trinity Prep Saints. Interesting matchup today, Orville, between the Saints and the Terriers.
Yeah, when we get the starting lineup, Steve, we'll give you some height comparisons, and it could surprise you some. Trinity Prep comes in, they've won 10 and lost 3. The Titusville Terriers, Titusville Terriers are 13-0, undefeated so far this season. Titusville representing Class 5A in the FHSAA rankings, and Trinity Prep, I believe, is 7A. So that's the way we go. We'll look at it there. I'll give you the starters for the Titusville Terriers while we get ready to go. Number 3, a 6'1 senior, Jay Leonard. Number 4, a 5'11 junior, Joe Russell. Number 11, a 6'2 junior, Romeo Crouch. Number 22, a 6'4 junior, Neil Hawkins. And number 23, a 6'3 senior, Chevelle Bailey. Steve, we talked about the size earlier. The Titusville Terriers will have a 6'4 in Hawkins and a 6'3 guy in Bailey going up against 3 6'4" guys.
Starting this afternoon for the Trinity Prep Saints, head coach Erwin Hudson, a 6' senior, number 5, Blake Garfinkel, a 6'6 senior, number 11, Trent Sudeth, a 6'3 senior, number 15, Robin Steenstra, a 6' sophomore, number 20, Jason West, and a 6'6 senior, number 44, Will Miles. Those are your starters this afternoon for the Trinity Prep Saints.
Steve, quite a nice tournament here on the campus of Bishop Moore Catholic High School. It's the 2015 Jim Clark Holiday Classic. The boys side has the Bishop Moore. Obviously, they're the home team, and they're hosting it. Creekside High School out of St. John's, East River High School out of Orlando, Harmony High School out of Harmony, which is south of Orlando, Lake Howell High School, which is in Winter Park, the Titusville Terriers from Brevard County, and Titusville Trinity Prep, from Winter Park, and University High School from Orlando. Steve, we saw some real good ball games here the last couple of days. Just a little bit ago, 2 games ago, double overtime. So we've had a couple go into overtime, a couple double overtime. Yesterday we had a winner at the buzzer. So we've had some very, very exciting basketball on the boys' side and the girls' side. Yesterday, though, Bishop Moore, on the boys' side, Bishop Moore beat Harmony 66 to 63. Creekside beat East River 50 to 39, and that will set up the 8 o'clock game tonight, which will be Bishop Moore against Creekside. Lake Howell lost to Titusville yesterday 64 to 45. That's why Titusville is here against Trinity Prep, as Trinity Prep beat University 40 to 33. So the 5 o'clock game, which will kick off in about a minute or two, so they're about, I'd say, 35 minutes late. The Titusville Terriers will take on the Trinity Prep Saints.
Yeah, this is a big game for the Terriers. This is why Coach Bainbridge competes in tournaments like this. They're playing a very good Trinity Prep team. If they win, they play probably an even better team in the finals tomorrow night. They need to prepare themselves starting next week. The Terriers will host Palm Bay High School, one of the top teams in Brevard County. They're ranked in the top 10 in the state of Florida in Class 5A. Then that's on Tuesday. Then they play Melbourne on Friday, a game that Friday Night Locker Room is looking at will probably be in Melbourne. But they've got 2 or 3 really difficult games coming up in Heritage the following week. So this is going to do nothing but help the Titusville Terriers. You play a team of this quality. Because, in our mind and their mind is all about positioning yourself for postseason play, and these games help.
Our pregame show brought to you by DeCandio and Associates, Allstate Insurance. Jennifer DeCandio, the agency principal. They have 2 locations to serve you in Cocoa, one in Port St. John at 950 Fay Boulevard. And you can give them a call at 631-3777. Their second location is in Mims at 3239 North Highway US 1. You can call that office at 267-8711. Allstate Insurance offers auto, home, life, investment terms for you, disability. They can insure your boats, motorcycles, 4-wheelers, need renter's insurance, anything that has anything to do with insurance. DeCandio and Associates, Allstate Insurance. Give Jennifer DeCandio a call at 631-3777.
Beautiful afternoon in Orlando. I say that because we're indoors in a controlled environment, and it's actually beautiful outside as well.
It is. Talked to a couple of people just a little bit ago over in Brevard County, and they're wanting to go to the beach. It's so nice out today, but we'll put 8 minutes on the clock. The Titusville Terriers starting 5 being introduced now. Trinity Prep starting 5 have already been introduced. And before we get started, Steve, we want to thank Tom Palermo, operating Sports Center for us on Merritt Island, taking care of SpaceCoastDaily.com and also FNLR.net.
Yeah, these are challenging games for Tom back at the studio because start time is determined by the previous game, which is determined by the previous game. So, you can roll in. This is a 5 o'clock schedule. Start tip-off there almost 45 minutes late. So, Tom, we appreciate you staying on top of things. As you always do, we are moments away from tip-off.
Chevelle Bailey, the 6'3 senior for the Titusville Terriers, will be jumping against the 6'6 starter for Trinity Prep, and that will be Will Miles. So we're all set to go. 8 minutes on the clock. And the Titusville Terriers, they will control the jump ball. Joe Russell, the 5'11 junior, over into the corner to Romeo Crouch, our Friday Night Locker Room player of the game. They get it down inside to Joe Russell. Russell lays it off the glass. Titusville 2-0 early.
Blake Garfinkel brings the ball down court. He's picked up by Joe Russell as he passes midcourt. Goes to his left side in front of the Titusville bench, all the way across court. Now back to Garfinkel. Titusville Terriers look to be in a man defense. Ball swung over to Trent Sudeth. Sudeth back to the top. Jason West controlling the ball. Blake Garfinkel, Trinity Prep, very methodical. 10-foot jump shot. No good. Rebound underneath by the Saints. put back up. They're going to call a foul on the Terriers. Number 44, Will Miles, a 6'6 senior, will go to the line shooting 2.
And they're going to call it on Titusville's Romeo Crouch, a 6'2 junior. What they don't want to do, Steve, is get in foul trouble early because they got their height on the floor. Speaking of Titusville, obviously, they got their height on the floor.
First shot by Miles is up and good, 2-1 Terriers. Second free throw attempt by Will Miles. Game tied up, 2-2.
Tied up early here in the first quarter, 7:11 to go in the first quarter. Bringing the ball down court will be Joe Russell. Russell over to the outside to Chevelle Bailey. Bailey looking for a little bit of help, can't get it, still waiting. He's going to dribble down to the far side. Down into the corner goes Jay Leonard. We're going to have I don't know what they called here, but it's going to be a turnover, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Trinity Prep will get the ball back.
Yeah, block and foul on the Terriers. I did not see who it was called on. It was called on the far side. 6:56 to go in the first quarter. All tied up at 2 apiece as Blake Garfinkel brings the ball down court, goes to his right side, the far side. Thinking about a 3 are the Terriers. They're going to say Jason West took a step before he dribbled, so it will be Titusville basketball.
And that'll be a turnover for Trinity Prep. Titusville will get the ball. Bringing it down court will be Joe Russell. And Trinity Prep will meet him just on the other side of the half-court line. Down into the inside they go to Leonard. Back over. Here's a layup shot off the glass by Crouch. It is good. Titusville 4-2.
First 2 baskets of the afternoon by the Terriers by Friday night locker room players of the game from yesterday, Joe Russell and Romeo Crouch. The Saints with the basketball. Jason West double teamed, has no problem. Now trying to look inside are the Saints. Strong defense by the Terriers. Romeo Crouch knocks the ball out of bounds, will remain in possession of Trinity Prep.
Great hustle by Romeo Crouch. They had a man open underneath the basket.
Miles underneath his own basket trying to find a cutter inside. Goes off the foot of a Saint. It will be Titusville basketball.
That was great defense there by Titusville. They knocked the ball and it actually hit the guy that was taking the ball out of bounds. So the Titusville Terriers will get the turnover. Russell with the ball. Over to the left side, he goes to Hawkins. Hawkins looking for a little bit of room. There goes the cutter through. Hawkins is going to drive, takes it up off the glass. No good. Rebound goes to Trinity Prep.
Rebound pulled down by Trent Sudeth, a 6'6 senior for the Saints. Jason West brings the ball up court, drives to the lane, shot off the glass. No good, but he's fouled in the act of shooting. Jason West will go to the line shooting 2.
Jay Leonard, the 6'1 senior from Titusville, will be called for the foul, and that'll be 3 team fouls on Titusville, none so far on the guest team, which is Trinity Prep.
First free throw attempt by West is up. No good. A little bit long off the back iron. 4-2 Titusville, 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Winner of this afternoon's contest will play for the championship tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Second free throw, no good. Ball coming our way. It will be Titusville basketball.
Trinity Prep will be called for that. It'll be a foul against number 15, Robin Stenstra. So the Titusville Terriers will get the ball at the 5:45 mark. Titusville up 4-2. They are the home team here at Bishop Moore in the gymnasium. Walking the ball up this time will be Romeo Crouch. Crouch looks for a little bit of help to the right side. He's got Russell. Back to Crouch. He'll look to the left side now, and that is Leonard. Leonard underneath. Shot is straight up, no good. Rebound goes to Trinity Prep.
Shot altered a little bit by Will Miles. Good defense by the Saints. Trinity Prep off and running. Now they kick the ball outside to the big guy. Long three-point shot attempt by Sudeth. No good. Terriers ball.
Long rebound by Joe Russell. He's going to challenge Trinity Prep. And Jason West, the 6-foot sophomore for the Saints, stepped in front of the ball, but I believe he got Joe Russell as he did it. And they did. They're going to call a foul on Jason West. So the Titusville Terriers will get the ball out of bounds across from Trinity Prep's bench. Crouch taking it out. Over. It goes to Russell. Russell to the corner to Leonard. Back to Russell. Back to Leonard. Leonard looks for a three-point shot. Up and nothing but net. Jay Leonard has his first shot and his first 3 points.
7-2 Titusville, 4:58 to go in the first quarter as Blake Garfinkel brings the ball down court once again for the Saints, picked up by Joe Russell. Double teamed as Jason West immediately working the ball in the corner. They're going to call a charge on Will Miles. Good defense by Chevelle Bailey of the Titusville Terriers.
And a great call. The referee right there, Will Miles, took the pass, dribbled, spun around, and just ran right over his defender. So the Titusville Terriers will get another turnover. They're up 7-2 here early in the first quarter. Russell with the ball over to Crouch. Crouch now gives the ball to Bailey. Bailey looking inside. They'll swing it to Russell and then bring it back. Leonard with the ball now coming to the right side. 4:29 to go. They get it inside. Wait for it. And it's blocked. Shot up this time as Leonard gets the rebound. He puts it back up. He's got 5. The Terriers have 9.
9-2 Terriers. Once again, Garfinkel on the run, bringing it down court. Kicks it out. Trying to work it inside are the Saints. Trying to work that height advantage that they have. Now Trinity Prep slows things down just a little bit, pulls the ball out. Blake Garfinkel in control of the ball over to Jason West. West inside, nice passing underneath. 2 points, Trent Sudeth.
9-4 now, and the Terriers on the run. Crouch with the ball, gives it off. Layup goes up. Russell has 4. Nice give and go between Russell and Crouch.
Now Jason West brings the ball down court on the far side. He's guarded by Romeo Crouch. Double team as soon as he crosses midcourt, trying to look inside. Stolen by the Terriers.
Leonard steps in front of. We're going to have 2-on-1. We're going to have a carry. No, they didn't call it. And that was Chevelle Bailey. Looked like he got stuck on his side, but he was able to get it. And at the 3:26 mark, Terriers up 13-4.
This portion of the Friday Night Locker Room is brought to you by Jimmy's Restaurant. Jimmy's Restaurant is located in Rockledge at 1279 Admiralty Boulevard next to Turtle Creek Golf Club. They're family owned and operated. Hours for Jimmy's Restaurant, Sunday through Monday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Jimmy's Restaurant and Jimmy's Restaurant US 1, Orville, right around the corner.
Yeah, Jimmy's Restaurant getting ready to open restaurant number 2. It will be called Jimmy's Restaurant US 1. Be located in Port St. John at the Frontenac Flea Market, and he'll be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Give Jimmy's Restaurant a try.
Saints bring the ball down court. They're behind 13-4 to the Terriers. 3:19 to go in the first quarter as Jason West handles basketball. About 5 or 6 beyond the arc. Terriers have moved into a 2-3 zone defense. West, the Saints once again trying to turn over.
Chevelle Bailey, now they're going to lose it at the other end, and it's going to go out of bounds. The Titusville Terriers should get the ball, and they do.
What I was trying to say was the Saints are trying to work the ball inside as much as they can.
Yep.
Strong defense by the Terriers.
13-4 here in the first quarter. Just about 3 minutes to go. Taking the ball out of bounds will be Leonard. And he'll throw it way outside to Joe Russell. Russell, the 5'11 junior, operating the offense to give it to Crouch, back to Russell. Russell wants a 3, and then he's inside. He'll lose the ball. Then he'll get it back. Now we're going to have it on the floor. Russell keeps it over to Crouch. Crouch is going to drive, dishes it off to Leonard. Leonard, 3-point shot up, and no good. Rebound goes to Trinity Prep.
Rebound breakaway by the Saints. Should be an easy 2, and it is. 2 points for Blake Garfinkel.
And you don't want to do that, Steve. Great pass that time all the way down court. Garfinkel was able to run under it. Easy layup for him. It's 13-6 now for the Titusville Terriers. Terriers with the ball. Stuck in the corner. Chevelle Bailey finally gets out to Romeo Crouch. Over to Joe Russell in the other corner. Looking inside. They'll give it to Crouch. Crouch, a 3-point shot in and out. Rebound goes to Strinsta of Trinity Prep.
Jason West on the run. Now he slows things down just a little bit. Kicks it over to Trent Sudeth in front of his own basket. Back to Jason West. Terriers remain in a zone defense. 4 of the Saints beyond the 3-point arc. They're going to call a travel. Good call by the referee. Traveling on Garfinkel.
Second time Garfinkel's been called for traveling as he started off to head toward the basket. This portion of the Friday Night Locker Room is brought to you by Beef O'Brady's on State Road 524 in Cocoa. Sean O'Reilly, his brother Timmy, and the whole gang at Beef's have always been big supporters of the Friday Night Locker Room, and a tie-in with us is a natural. The menu includes chicken steak and fish taco baskets. The Titusville Terriers bringing in Romeo Crouch in the corner. Gets it out to Joe Russell way out in front. Russell back over to Crouch, wants to do a three, but pulls it back down all the way to the other side. Now Leonard will drive, kicks it underneath, and we're going to have a travel call. And they got it underneath to Bailey, but Bailey took a step. Excuse me, not Bailey. Neil Hawkins took a step before he put the ball on the ground. And they were able to call a travel. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Clock shows 1:21 to go in the first quarter. Terriers on top of the Saints 13-6. Blake Garfinkel walks the ball down court, slows it down just a little bit. Alec Holler in the game for the first time. He's double teamed, picks up the dribble on the far side. Long three-point shot attempt by the Saints. Up and good. 3 points, Trent Sudeth.
Sudeth has 5 of the 9 points for Trinity Prep. Romeo Crouch with the ball, and it's stolen.
Sudeth with the steal, looking like he wants to go coast to coast. Trying to draw a charge is a Terrier. They're going to call a block on the floor. Jay Leonard not quite in the position he needed to be.
Sudeth took it all the way from the other end. They're warning the coach over there to sit down and be careful. Trinity Prep arguing, and they got the call.
I know it. I don't know why. But Trent Sudeth will be at the line. He deserves it. He created the steal on the far side, took it coast to coast. 13-11. Saints, 49.2 seconds to go in the first quarter. Once again, the winner of this contest will play for the championship tomorrow night. Basket is good. 13-12 Terriers.
And so it's a new ball game right now. They were down quite a bit, 13-4, and Trinity Prep has come back now. Only 1 point deficit, 40 seconds left to go. Ball going from right to left, now down into the corner. They'll get it back to Crouch. Crouch will lose it, then he'll come up with it again, throws it away, but it will go off the hands of Will Miles, 6'6" senior for the Saints. So with 32 seconds left, the Terriers will get it out of bounds. Tommy Mack, the 6'1" senior, will bring it in bounds for the Titusville Terriers. Mack just entering the ball game to give Leonard a rest. They'll kick the ball to Joe Russell, who broke away. He'll lose it underneath, and then it will be touched by Tommy Mack, but it will be knocked out of bounds by number 11, Trent Sudeth. And the Titusville Terriers, with 29 seconds now, will get it underneath their basket again.
Robin Steenstra re-enters the ball game for the Saints.
Terriers now get it in. Here's a bounce off the glass. The shot is up and good, and that's Chevelle Bailey. He's got 4.
Blake Garfinkel with the basketball in his hands. Clock under 20 seconds left in the first quarter. It's a 3-point Terrier lead. Alec Holler with the basketball picks up the dribble at the 3-point line. 3-point shot attempt by Garfinkel is good. We are all tied up.
Shouldn't have been good, Steve. I didn't hear him call glass. There's a shot up by the left-hander, and Tommy Mack in and out as the buzzer sounds. You look at the scoreboard, it is 15-15 in favor of nobody. Trinity Prep 15 and Titusville Terriers 15.
Oh, I love it. 15-15, favor of nobody. Space Coast Tire. Space Coast Tire is an automotive repair service located at 1732 South Huntington Lane in Rockledge. Batteries, tires, brakes, oil changes, alignments, and a whole lot more. The phone number for Space Coast Tire, 321-639-4008.
They also do heater cores, Steve, because I'm getting ready to get one put on my van. It broke.
You need to. We're moving into January. It gets kind of chilly here. The Director of Transportation needs to make certain his vehicle is in the proper working order.
We also want to thank Al's Trophy Shop, and there are 2 locations in Brevard County, one on Palm Bay Road in Palm Bay, the other in Cocoa on US 1, just north of the beach line. Al's Trophy Shop creates custom plaques and trophies. Al's Trophy Shop is reached by phone at 636-6188. If you need trophies or you need plaques, give Al's Trophy Shop a call. Again, the number is 636-6188. They'll put 8 minutes on the clock now. We'll start the second period. Just like a brand new basketball game, we're all tied up 15-15. University Prep will get the ball, Trinity Prep, will get the ball out of bounds.
Trent Sudeth waiting patiently for the basketball on the far side. We're just about ready to get the second quarter underway. Jason West now with the ball, a 6-foot sophomore picked up by Romeo Crouch. Crouch over to Holler. Holler back to Jason West, kicking it outside to Sudeth. A lot of ball movement by the Saints. 6-foot jump shot, no good. Battle under the boards. Titusville basketball. Stolen by the Saints. Put back, shot no good. Battle again. They're going to call a foul. Good hustle by Jason West. He steals the basketball, puts it up. He's fouled. Now the referees are going to hash it out, but West is going to go to the line shooting too.
Steve, Neil Hawkins he's 6'4", so he's fighting in there with the big guys. He was actually got the rebound and then lost it coming down.
First free throw attempt is up and good by Jason West. Saints have a 16-15 lead.
West's first point of the ball game.
Second free throw attempt is up, no good. Rebound Terriers.
And this time Neil Hawkins does his job, gets a rebound, dishes it to the corner to Joe Russell. Russell's going to bring it out over to Romeo Crouch. 16-15 now in favor of the Saints. Ball in the hands of Chevelle Bailey. Bailey over to Joe Russell. Russell looking for a cutter. Nobody comes through. Romeo Crouch to the way outside. Back to Russell. Russell's going to drive, pulls up. Underneath, they'll kick it back. Romeo Crouch for three. Off the glass, and they will return a favor, Steve, and he'll have three.
18-16 Terriers. 7 minutes exactly to go in the second quarter as Jason West brings the ball down court. West looking to the left, over to Trent Sudeth. Sudeth double teamed immediately. Ball's going to go off of the hands of Jason West. It'll be Titusville basketball.
Steve, one of the things Coach Bainbridge talked about was trying to cut down on the height advantage, and if you can have the guys shoot threes and make them.
Yeah.
That's the key, but that has certainly helped Titusville with an 18-16 lead.
Terriers are also double teaming the basketball a lot here in the first half.
So the Terriers will take the ball out of bounds. Williams now in the ball game. Travius Williams. Travius?
Yeah.
I got it now. Way outside to Joe Russell. Russell looking in the three, pulls it back down, back to Williams, back to Russell. Over into the corner they go to Bailey. Ball is stolen.
Created by Garfinkel. On the run are the Saints off the glass. 2 points, an easy 2 points for Jason West and the Saints.
West, no points in the first quarter, now has 3 here to start the beginning of the second quarter. Russell over to Williams. Williams looking back to Russell, he goes. Wants a man to cut through, nobody comes through. Trinity Prep just waiting, shifting over. Titusville's going to back out now. Russell to Bailey. Bailey, one hopper under inside, left-handed hook, no good. The ball will go out of bounds. It will belong to Trinity Prep.
Saints playing a 2-1-2 zone. Darren Titusville to put up a 3. 5:54 to go in the second quarter, all tied up 18 apiece. Full court press by the Terriers. First time we've seen pressure applied to the basketball as the Saints bring it in. Jason West, not a problem for West to break the pressure. West over to Alec Holler. Excuse me, that was Garfinkel. Garfinkel on the far side, driving the lane as Miles kicks it back out. Now driving the lane. Nice floater by Jason West of the Saints, 2 points.
Steve, what a athlete Jason West is. Just watching him here the first quarter. Great ball movement and great ability to get up high, do the things he needs to do to put the ball in play. .5:19, we're going to have a timeout called, and it will be called by Titusville.
How about Knutson Brain Spine Injury Law Office? They provide representation for members of the public who have suffered head trauma or a brain or spinal cord injury. Knutson Brain Spine Injury Law Office is located in Rockledge at 830 Executive Lane, Suite 140. The phone number for Jim Knutson, 632-2722. And how about one of my favorite places I spent another 3 hours today at, and that's Planet Fitness. They're located in Rockledge Plaza at 1802 U.S. Highway 1 in Rockledge. Planet Fitness has a 23,000 square foot facility with fitness equipment and cardio machines, and I can tell you, Orville, it works. I feel great.
Why did Steve Wilson spend 3 hours at Planet Fitness? Today was pizza day.
I was on a scavenger hunt, and it said go to a gym.
It was pizza day at Planet Fitness. All the carbs you can eat.
Jason West of the Saints brings the ball down court. His team is up by 2, 20-18. Will Miles drives the lane, loses control. Terrier ball.
Joel Bailey sticks his hand in it, knocks it up in the air. Neil Hawkins grabs it. Bailey now will walk it down court. He's got Bailey on one side, gives the ball to Mack. Mack loses it for a second, all the way over to Russell. 4:46 to go here. Russell being guarded tightly by West. Back and forth they go between Russell and Mack. On the outside is Williams. Mack wants to shoot a three, in trouble, throws it way across the court. Underneath they go. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds off of Neil Hawkins, and it will be a turnover. Trinity Prep will get the ball back.
Hawkins looking for a foul, thought he was bumped by Jason West. Referees did not see it that way.
Mike Trell Phillips in the ball game now for Titusville.
Jason West, a 6-foot sophomore for the Saints, brings the ball down court. He's picked up by Phillips just about at midcourt. I'd say the big guy, one of the big guys now with the basketball. In the corner, 3-point shot attempt, no good by the Saints. Rebound, Titusville.
Mack comes up with it. He'll take it all the way down court. Had a man open, but didn't seem. Mack now over to Russell. Nope, underneath. Then it'll go out of bounds. He had Phillips underneath wide open. Threw it a little high. Phillips couldn't handle it. Goes out of bounds. Second turnover in a row by the Terriers.
And that's what you call a jar jam.
Yeah.
You're wide underneath next to the basket and you just can't convert.
Let's not do any jelly jokes today. Come on.
A running floater by the Saints. Nice 2-point basket by West.
West has 7 points for the Saints. Russell now will walk the ball up court, the 5'11 junior handling the offense over to Mack. Mack looks around, back to Russell on the top of the key. Back to Mack. Mack now underneath. Down inside he goes. He gives the ball up to Bailey. Bailey, 2 bounces to the hoop. Off the glass, it's good. 22-20 in favor of Trinity Prep.
And, you know, that's what you like to see. You need to attack the basket. I know your opponents are bigger than you are, but you can't sit outside and shoot threes all day. Jason West with the basketball. Over to Holler, over to Garfinkel, Blake Garfinkel that is, goes left, right, kicking it outside. Thinking about a three is Jason West. Good pressure defense by the Terriers on this possession by the Saints. Not giving Trinity Prep any kind of look at the basket. They're going to call palming the basketball. Turnover, it will be Titusville basketball. Great defense on that possession by Titusville.
Jason West did not like the call, but it was right in front of the official. You don't see that palming call very much, Steve, but when you do, they'll call it quickly.
Yep.
Joe Russell now will bring it in for Titusville. 2:48, 2:47, clock ticking here in the second quarter. The ball goes to the inside corner to Bailey. Bailey down underneath to Hawkins. Hawkins spins, works underneath, tries to kick the ball, stolen. And it's going to be a charge against Bailey. And the Titusville Terriers will have another turnover, and they'll take it out of bounds. They'll give Hawkins will get the foul. And that will be 16 fouls now on Titusville.
2:36 to go before halftime. 22-20. Trinity Prep Saints lead over the Titusville Terriers.
This portion of the Friday Night Locker Room brought to you by Barry Signs, located at 1740 South Huntington Lane in Rockledge. They are a full-service sign company specializing in new construction, LED sales, and rentals. Special thanks to Dennis and Joanne Barry for supporting local sports. You can give them a call at 631-6150. Barry Signs, lighting up the Space Coast, one LED at a time.
Trent Sudeth, a 6'6 senior, looking to inbound the basketball and finds Blake Garfinkel, who's going to walk the ball down court. Garfinkel picked up by Joe Russell. Minimal pressure on that start by the Terriers. 3-point shot attempt up and good for Blake Garfinkel and the Saints.
Garfinkel now with 8 points, 2 3-pointers. Titusville with the ball now. Steve, the Saints keep pushing Titusville further and further out. And the ball's stolen. And West is going to be all by himself. He'll have a nice, easy layup for 2. Titusville now takes the ball back out of bounds. Gives it off to Williams. Williams looking for a little bit of help. Over into the corner they go to Mack. Down inside, Mack will drive. He's going to get called No, they're going to call it against Trinity Prep. It's number 44, Will Miles. I thought they were going to get Russell for the charge, but Miles stepped over in front. They'll go to the line. Titusville will. Joe Russell, the 5'11 junior, will head to the line to shoot 2. Into the ball game now for Trinity Prep is Josh Mark, the 6'1 senior. He's one of the smallest guys on the team, Steve, at 6'1.
Yeah, he is that.
So Titusville take the ball out of bounds. We got a little bit of wetness on the floor, so while they do that, we're going to get everything ready to go here now. They're ready to go. 1 minute and 44 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Titusville now down 27-20. Titusville takes it in. Russell gets it. Mack picks it up off the ground. They'll lose it, gets it back, and will have a foul as Neil Hawkins, a 6'4 junior for Titusville. Trinity Prep wanting to travel, but they're going to call a foul against Trinity Prep, and that will be against the Saints. And going to the line will be Neil Hawkins. Hawkins with no points in the ball game yet for the Titusville Terriers.
They're going to call that foul on Josh Mark, a 6'1 senior for the Saints. Did get a piece of the arm. Good call.
Shot is up off to the right and rolls around, falls off the left side of the basket. Steve, you're down by 7 points. You need to be able to make these free throws. Hawkins now for his second opportunity. Shot is up and it's good. He's got 1 point. Titusville down by 6.
27-21, 1:38 to go before halftime. Full court press by the Titusville Terriers. Not a problem for Blake Garfinkel. He is double teamed immediately, but finds his teammate Jason West with the basketball now. 3-point shot attempt by Sudith is up and it is good.
Sudith with 11 in the ball game now, and Titusville down by 9 here late in the second quarter. Titusville with the ball to dish it off to Mack. Mack inside. They kick it out to Williams. Williams loses it underneath. West comes up with it.
West is off and running, trying to go coast to coast. Blocked by Mack, but they're going to say Mack got a piece of the arm. Good call. That'll put the Saints on the line. 1:02 to go before halftime. It's a 9-point Trinity Prep lead.
West will go to the line to shoot 2. 30-21. Minute and 2 seconds left to go. West with 9 points so far for the Saints.
Jason West's first free throw is up and it is good. 31-21. It's a double-digit lead for the Trinity Prep Saints.
Steve, Jason West, no points in the first quarter, has taken over. In the second quarter, he's got 10 points for the Saints.
Shot no good. Battle under the boards. The Saints come away with a loose ball. Garfinkel, 10-foot shot, no good. Tip. It's going to go back to. There's a scrum on the floor for the ball. They're going to say it is Saints basketball. They're going to say that Neil Hawkins had the ball momentarily out of bounds. It is Trinity Prep's basketball. Underneath their own basket. Trent Sudeth trying to work it inside. Still going to be Trinity Prep basketball. 48.5 seconds to go before halftime. 31-21. Saints lead as Josh Mark finds a teammate. Nice defense by Neil Hawkins to tip it out of bounds. Saints will inbound the basketball right in front of head coach Chris Bainbridge of the Titusville Terriers. Once again, Josh Mark does find Jason West with the basketball. West guarded by Micah Trell Phillips. Kicks it out to Garfinkel. Finkel back to Sudeth, driving the line off the glass. 2 points, Blake Garfinkel. Nice running shot by Garfinkel.
Excuse me. Garfinkel with 10 points now in the ball game, along with teammate Jason West. They've got 20 of the 33 points. Sudeth with 11. So we've got 3 Trinity Prep guys with all of the points except for 2. Terriers will take it inbounds now. Joe Russell will do the honors. 25 seconds left to go. He looks at the clock, goes to Mack on the right side. Mack to way over to Russell. Russell drives, blocked, and Trinity Prep will get the ball back.
Blocked by Josh Martin. Blake Garfinkel on the run to West, off the glass, up and in, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. 35-21 Trinity Prep. Jason West will go to the line to try to convert the three-point play the conventional way.
West with 12 points in the ball game.
Jason West with the basketball in his hand. Free throw attempt by number 20 is up, and it is good. 36-21, Saints lead. 13
points now for West. He'll take a break with 9 seconds left to go. They'll bring in Alec Haller, the 5'11" sophomore. 5'11", Steve, you shouldn't even be allowed on the team.
I know it.
If you're not 6'1" on this team, you should be able to play.
Yeah.
Terriers will take the ball out of bounds. Joe Russell. And Trinity Prep will show a full court press. Mack with the ball. They break the press, get it over to Williams. Down into the corner they go to Hawkins. Hawkins drives to Russell. Shot up, 8-footer off the glass, no good. Rebound gets to Hawkins. Hawkins puts it in. And did they count it?
They should have.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the half, you're looking at 36-23 in favor of Trinity Prep. Steve Wilson going to try to talk to the head coach, Erwin Hudson. So we'll give you the scoring here. We'll work it up in just a second.
36-23 halftime lead for the Trinity Prep Saints. We are going to try to grab a quick word with Erwin Hudson, head coach of the Saints. He's talking to his assistant coaches now. They want to make sure they're all on the same page. They'll look at the fouls and talk a little bit about what worked and what did not work in the first half. The coach has to be pleased with the way his kids played, especially in the second quarter. I thought they came out strong. The Terriers looked impressive earlier. Coach Hudson, 13-point lead. Your thoughts at halftime?
Well, I mean, different from yesterday, watched them play. They were doing a lot more getting out. We game planned for it to stop that break, but I know they're going to come back and they're going to come with the second half with a fire because they're a great team. So we got to keep doing what we're doing, controlling the boards, and just our guard players playing, out of their minds right now. So I'm happy with that.
All right, Coach. Good luck the second half.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Erwin Hudson, head coach of the Saints. Overall, he's got to be happy. I mean, he's playing a good basketball team, an undefeated basketball team, and they're up by 13 at halftime.
Well, they're up by 13 at the end of the first quarter. It was tied 15-15. Titusville actually got out to a big lead. I think at one point it was 11-3 or 11-2, and then the Saints worked themselves back into it to tie the game evenly at the first quarter end at 15 apiece. And our pregame or our halftime show brought to you by Community Bank of the South and their 3 locations in Brevard County. One in 277 North Sykes Creek Parkway in Merritt Island. The other at State Road 524 in Cocoa and 1902 South Fisk Boulevard in Rockledge. Steve, I bet Tom Palermo keeps all his money in the Sykes Creek Parkway. But Community Bank of the South provides personal banking, online banking, business banking, commercial and residential loans. Community Bank of the South is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. The website, cbosdirect.com. Community Bank of the South is community-minded, bringing you tonight's game to the public over this station. So we want to thank Community Bank of the South for becoming a Friday Night Locker Room sponsor. We are at halftime here on the campus of Bishop Moore Catholic High School. It is the 2015 Jim Clark Holiday Classic. Steve, we're in the semifinal?
Yeah, the semifinals. The winner of this afternoon's game will play for the championship tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against either Bishop Moore, the host, or Creekside.
See, well, we've seen Bishop Moore boys and girls, both teams being pretty dominant here on their own home floor.
Yeah, the girls very impressive last night against Lyman. Just dominated the game, led by, and they've got some height. You don't see a lot of girls with a 6'4" center that can play the game. The Hornets have that. Their quarterback off the state championship team scored 31 points in the second half yesterday, 38 points total. They have some athletes that can play basketball. They're going to be a tough team to beat. But, talking to some people prior to going on to the air today, we all felt like there were 4 good teams in the semifinals, Titusville and Trinity Prep and Bishop Moore and Creekside, and that any one of those 4 teams could win the championship, and I still think that holds true.
Yep, I believe you're right there. 36-23 at halftime. And the Trinity Prep up over the Titusville Terriers. We'd like to thank Jimmy's Restaurant, located in Rockledge at 1279 Admiralty Boulevard, next to Turtle Creek Golf Club. They are family owned and operated. Hours for Jimmy's Restaurant, Sunday and Monday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11. Jimmy's Restaurant in Rockledge. You can give them a call, 632-4611. And we've been authorized by Jimmy himself to let everybody know, coming soon to North Cocoa, Jimmy's Restaurant is opening at location number 2. It will be called Jimmy's Restaurant US number 1. It will be at the Frontenac Flea Market. So for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, give Jimmy's Restaurant a try.
And how about Florida Master Temp? Tommy Eberhardt, Leanne, the whole crew. Ed doesn't do a whole lot. Ed used to, what was it Ed Eberhardt used to? He was a like a gator hunter or something, Tommy's brother. Oh, he did anything in the woods or a little half crazy or half dangerous. Eddie was involved in. But Tommy's been a sponsor of the Friday Night Locker Room for a couple of years through his company, Florida Master Temp. They're on US 1 at 3475, North Highway US 1 if you're in the need for any kind of air conditioning systems, repair, refrigeration equipment, ice making equipment. They do anything and everything over there at Florida Master Temp. Give them a call at 639-3166. You can reach someone at Florida Master Temp 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I believe if you live in the woods, it's called homeless.
Well, you know Eddie, he's one of a kind.
Want to thank Twyla Midwood Advanced Tax Center for individual, corporate, partnership, estate, or trust tax returns. Advanced Tax Center can take care of any of your tax problems. They also offer bookkeeping and payroll services for businesses. The phone number, 636-8561. The website, advancedtaxcenter.com.
Trapping hogs. That's what Eddie used to do.
Trapping hogs?
He was a hog trapper. He still may do it every once in a while.
I wonder, Steve, you know, we didn't play Where's Brenda yesterday. She texted us right at the end of the game yesterday. Spoke to her a while ago. I think what did I say? Tulsa, Arizona?
Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, 32 degrees. Welcome, Brenda.
I tell you're in Florida wearing shorts.
Yeah, and it's 85 degrees outside the gymnasium. The sun is shining. People are walking around in bikinis and short pants. So you got to love being in Florida.
This is great. This is as good as it gets.
And while we have an opportunity, we want to thank Fantasy Pools. Josh Jones, the owner of Fantasy Pools, has 23 years of swimming pool building experience. Fantasy Pools offers concrete and fiberglass swimming pools and is licensed and insured. They are also San Juan Fiberglass Pool Distributors. Fantasy Pools is located at 1740 South Huntington Lane in Rockledge. The phone number, 863-2560. And if you come to my house, Steve, and you want to swim in the backyard, that pool was built by Josh Jones of Fantasy Pools.
That's right. You do have a cement pond in your backyard, don't you?
I have a cement pond, and we also have possums, too.
We'll get Ed Eberhardt over there to get the possums if you need them.
The dog killed a possum the other night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, I better not say that. They may have me arrested. 36-23 at halftime. Trinity Prep Saints over the undefeated Titusville Terriers. They come in at 13-0. Trinity Prep comes in at 10-3. Steve, it has to be, you know what, very impressed with Trinity Prep, two people especially, and you would think it would be the 6'4", 6'6" guys, but it's actually 6-foot senior Blake Garfinkel. He's hit a couple threes, but Jason West, he's only 6 foot. The sophomore runs the offense very, very well, and he's got 13 points for Trinity Prep.
You know, they're an impressive basketball team. They come into this afternoon's contest with a 10-3 record. They're led by Erwin Hudson, head coach, who used to be the coach here at Bishop Moore up until a couple of years ago. But this is only his second year at Trinity Prep. He's got the program going in the right direction. This is a very good basketball team.
Let me give you the scoring now for Trinity Prep before we get started in the third quarter. Blake Garfinkel with 10 points, Trent Suda with 11. Jason West has 13, and Will Miles has 2. For the Titusville Terriers, Jade Leonard has 5, Joe Russell with 4, Romeo Crouch with 5, Neil Hawkins with 3, and Chevelle Bailey with 6. So at halftime, it's 36-23 in favor of Trinity Prep.
We're going to see if we can grab a quick word with Chris Bainbridge, head coach of the Terriers, before we get underway here in the second half. His squad down by 13, 36-23, jumped off to a good start in this basketball game, but second quarter didn't go as expected. We'll see if Coach has time for one question. Coach, down by 13 at half, what do the kids have to do?
Well, we got to be a little bit more patient against their zone, and we got to get a lot more movement offensively against their zone. And we're turning the ball over against that zone, and that's allowing them to run out and get easy transition buckets. So we got to stop turning the ball over and get a lot more movement against their zone.
All right, Coach, good luck the second half.
Thank you very much.
Chris Bainbridge, head coach of the Terriers, and we talked to Orville that when they went to the zone, it really created problems for the Terriers. You want to be patient and you want to do things, work inside, but they had a little trouble handling the zone defense, and consequently, they went from a pretty nice lead very early in the game, but to a 13-point deficit at halftime.
Well, the Terriers early in the first quarter, Steve, showed that they could score and get inside on Trinity Prep, even though they had a couple big tall trees inside there. They were able to move the ball, and they shot from outside effectively. When they went to the zone, I speak of the Saints, when they went to the zone, that slowed the Titusville fast break down. Everything kind of fell back, and then they stopped hitting. Had a lot of turnovers there in the second quarter, and that's where I think they lost the lead. But Jason West, very impressed the way he handles the ball for the Saints.
No, a good basketball player, and you mentioned he's one of the shorter members of the team. A lot of height on this Trinity Prep squad. They started a 6'3" junior and a couple of 6'6" seniors. No starter under 6 feet. So they're going to put 8 minutes on the clock as we begin quarter number 3. The Terriers have a little work ahead of them if they want to remain undefeated.
13-point deficit here as we start the third period. Looks like the Terriers will get the ball out of bounds. They'll have the same 5 starters: Leonard, Russell, Crouch, Hawkins, and Bailey, as they started the ball game. Ball goes to Russell to the far side. Russell picks up for a 3, pulls it back down over to Romeo Crouch. Crouch going to drive, shoots a foot floater off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Trinity Prep.
Trent Sudeth with the rebound. Quickly gets the ball into the hands of Jason West. West drifts to his left over to Garfinkel. Garfinkel drives the lane, kicks it underneath, off the glass, an easy 2-point basket for Robin Steenstra.
I was just getting ready to say, Steve, that was too easy. They just 3 different guys touched the ball that time for Trinity Prep, and it ended up with a nice little easy layup underneath it. Titusville Terriers now return the favor. Neil Hawkins, the cutter, gets the ball, lays it up left-handed off the glass.
Defense of the Terriers drops back and what looks to be a 2-3 zone defense as Blake Garfinkel brings the ball down court. Garfinkel 3-point shot attempt, up and good. 3 points for number 5.
Garfinkel with 13 points in the ball game, 41-25 in favor of the Saints. Titusville with the ball now. And we're looking at a zone press by Trinity Prep, not letting him get inside to work their magic. They're going to have to try to lift it up from the outside. Russell way outside now, looking to the outside, goes to the corner to Bailey. Bailey, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Romeo Crouch. Crouch to Leonard. Leonard, 3-point shot up, no good. And we're going to give a foul. I believe they're going to call it on Neil Hawkins, but the 2 officials are going to get together to make sure they both saw the same thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what they're going to call, and they have yet to make a call. And the foul is on Hawkins.
On Hawkins, and the referee says blue ball. So they'll take it out of bounds.
Blue ball. Trent Sudeth waiting for the basketball from the referees. Full court press applied by the Titusville Terriers. Blake Garfinkel with the basketball. Now the Terriers defense backs off of the basketball and allows Garfinkel to bring it up past midcourt. They're going to call an illegal pick, I believe, on the Trinity Prep Saints. So it will be Titusville basketball.
Official letting the coach know he gave him the sign 4 times. So he wants to make sure everybody understands the call. 6:09 to go, clock is running. Romeo Crouch crosses the half-court line with the ball, being guarded by West. Bailey with the ball in the corner, drives, turns around, spins, tries to shoot, and they're going to get a foul, and that's going to be on Will Miles, the 6'6 senior. No, they're going to turn it around the other way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was great defense on Will Miles. The referee said he got his feet set, drew the charge. The 6'6 senior went to the floor, but it will be a Terriers turnover after they do a little housekeeping and clean up the moisture on the court.
And while we have an opportunity, we want to thank Beef O'Brady's on State Road 524 in Cocoa. Sean O'Reilly, his brother Timmy, the whole Kings of Beef have always been big supporters of local sports, and the tie-in with the Friday night locker room is a natural. Beef O'Brady's on State Road 524 in Cocoa.
Good crowd on hand this afternoon for the Trinity Prep Titusville Terriers semifinal match. The winner of today's game will play for the championship at 8 o'clock. The loser will play tomorrow at 5 p.m. for the third place game. Nice move by Jason West going inside, kicking it outside to Miles now. 15-foot jump shot by West, no good. Rebound underneath by the big guy for the Saints. 2 points off the glass, Will Miles.
6'6" Miles only has 4 points in the ball game. But Steve, his size alone changes the whole thing that Titusville wants to do. Romeo Crouch with the ball now on the right side, gives it to Russell on the left. All the way across they go to Leonard. Leonard over to back to Leonard. Leonard, three-point shot up, in and out. Rebound goes to Titusville. Crouch is going to drive, loses the ball, and it will go out of bounds. It will be a Trinity Prep. Now the officials are going to get together again. I believe he's going to say a Titusville Terrier. Oh, they're going, yep. That Titusville Terrier did not touch it last. It was last touched by Trent Sudap. So they're going to give the ball to the Terriers underneath their own basket. Nice to see the official, Steve, not afraid to change a call.
Yeah.
Ball now to Hawkins. Hawkins over to Crouch. Crouch looks to Leonard on the near side, gives it to him. Leonard drives, pulls up, floater way short. Bailey with the rebound, in and out, and now the ball will stolen, and Titusville still with the ball. Finally, after 4 shots, Hawkins puts it in off the glass for 2.
4:51 to go in the third quarter, 43-27. Trinity Prep lead as Jason West brings the ball down court, picked up by Romeo Crouch. They're going to call a palming the basketball by Jason West. Second time we've seen that this afternoon.
And he looks like Michael Jordan every time they call a foul. They look at him and say, oh,
I didn't do
what? Me? I didn't do that. So the Terriers will get the ball out at the 4:41 mark here in the third period. Down 43-27 to the Trinity Prep Saints. Titusville brings the ball in. Romeo Crouch with the ball. Cutter, that's Mack going through. Russell gives it to Mack. Mack over to Crouch. Looks to Leonard, now back to Bailey. Bailey, 6-foot shot up, no good. Tip in, no good by Titusville. Romeo Crouch with the long rebound, and he'll get a three-pointer.
Timeout by Chris Bainbridge and the Titusville Terriers. All of a sudden it's 43-30. Terriers within 13.
4:20 to go here, and that sounds easy, but you know, this Trinity Prep, Steve, the size alone makes you change what you're doing as an offensive side of the basketball. And I think right now, Chris Bainbridge is going to slow the guys down. Let's look for a good shot, move the ball, make that extra pass if you can, and then we'll be all right. We're going to have to. They're climbing uphill for sure. They're 13 down here early in the third quarter.
And, you know, we're talking about the height of the Saints, but they also have a couple of ball handlers in Jason West and Blake Garfinkel that can control the basketball, control the tempo of the offense. It looks to be a complete basketball team, but I like what I've seen out of the Terriers the last 2 minutes because they almost went down by 20 just 3 minutes ago. Now they're within 13. As the Saints inbound the basketball, full court press applied by the Terriers. They've yet to break midcourt, and now they do. Miles with the basketball over to Garfinkel. Good pressure defense by the Terriers. They're immediately going to the basketball, stolen by Titusville.
Leonard stole it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by West. Had a fast break there. Joe Russell would have been all by himself if they could have got it to him, but a nice defensive move by Jason West. And that has slowed the ball down. Titusville will take it out at half court. Leonard takes it out of bounds. Over to Romeo Crouch on the right side. Back over to Leonard. Leonard looking for a cutter. Wanting to go inside, does not. Crouch now started a three. Leonard going to pull it up. Crouch for three. In and out. Rebound goes to Titusville, but then the shot is up. And the rebound that time goes to Sinstra. And he will be hit and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Robin Steenstra comes away with the basketball. He goes past us through the doors. Yes. So they're going to call a foul on the floor. It will be Saints basketball inbounding it underneath their own basket. 3:41 to go in the third quarter, 43-30. Trinity Prep lead over the undefeated Titusville Terriers. Working the ball inside of Will Miles, now kicking it to Sudeth. Strong defense by the Terriers. Saints on the run, shot no good, blocked by Mack, put back in though by the Saints' Blake Garfinkel.
Garfinkel got the rebound underneath on the right side by himself. Romeo Crouch now with the ball, gives it to Bailey. Back to Crouch, looks for a three-pointer, backs it up. Over to Bailey. Over to Hawkins. Ball goes out of bounds, trying to get it into Joe Russell underneath the basket. Knocked out of bounds by Garfinkel of the Saints. Leonard will take it out of bounds underneath his own basket. Way outside. Oh, wow. And Garfinkel is going to get called for a mug. Mugging Joe Russell.
Football play.
So they'll, what are they going to do with it here? They're going to roll it down that way to be a foul on the floor. So Leonard will take it out of bounds for Titusville. 3:10 to go. Titusville down by 15. Romeo Crouch with the ball. Over to Russell. Russell back to Crouch. Joe Russell wanted to shoot three. Yeah, now he'll try it. He'll give a floater, about 8-footer, no good. Rebound goes to Leonard. Leonard to Crouch, back inside to Hawkins. Slow it down again. Crouch is going to back it up, shoot a three-pointer off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to the Titusville Terriers. Rebound again after the missed shot. Russell will get it for Titusville, back it up. Crouch underneath. Ball's going to be on the floor. We're going to have a foul. And they're going to call three-second violation on the Titusville Terriers.
Yeah, Terriers, I like the way they're hitting the boards. They're outmanned as far as the height, but they were battling hard, couldn't get it to drop. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. It's a 15-point Saints lead. Trinity Prep with the basketball. Full court press once again applied by the Terriers. Blake Garfinkel breaks the press. He's off and running, driving the lane, trying to get the shot up. Turnover, Titusville ball.
Tommy Back will get it, and then we're going to have a foul called against, I believe, number 24. That's Josh Mark. We'll wait and see for sure. 24, yes it is. It's going to be a pushing charge against Josh Mark. Titusville will get the ball out of bounds. Jay Leonard will do the honors, the 6'1 senior. Off to Joe Russell. Russell crosses the half-court line, looks up at the clock, over to Leonard. Cutter goes through, no pass inside. Leonard now loses the ball, picked up by Garfinkel.
West on the run, going to try to go to the basket. He's fouled in the act of shooting. I thought for a minute that Romeo Crouch had made a nice block, but they are going to call a foul. So number 20, Jason West, will go to the line shooting two.
West with 13 points in the ball game, all in the second quarter. Didn't score at all the first quarter. Had 13 big points to lead the Saints in the second quarter.
First free throw by the sophomore is up, and it is good. 46-30, Saints lead. Jason West waiting for the basketball. Second free throw attempt is up, and it is no good. Rebound Terriers, but they're going to call a tie-up. Jump ball, good hustle, good defense by Josh Mark of the Saints.
And the possession arrow will give the ball back to Trinity Prep underneath their own basket.
2:04 to go in the third quarter. Saints underneath their own basket. Mark looking for a teammate, finds one in the person of Blake Garfinkel, drives the lane, kicks it out to one of the big guys who works it inside to the other big guy. Now back to Garfinkel. Beyond the three-point arc, he's going to slow things down offensively, and why not? His team's up by 16 late in the third quarter. Sudeth with the basketball, back to Garfinkel. Strong defense once again by the Terriers, not giving the Saints much to look at offensively. Garfinkel drives the lane. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Neither team in the bonus yet. So the Saints will inbound the basketball underneath their own basket.
This portion of the Friday Night Locker Room brought to you by Al's Trophy Shop, and there are two locations in Brevard County, one on Palm Bay Road in Palm Bay, the other in Cocoa, just north of the beach line.
Josh Mark inbounds to Will Miles. Miles is going to drive to the lane. Hook shot by Miles, no good. Rebound Crouch.
Romeo Crouch going to take it down to the right side. Looks like he's going to go, dishes it off to Russell. Russell's going to drive the lane, little floater off the back of the rim, no good. Tip out, goes to Garfinkel.
Garfinkel with the basketball. The shots that were dropping yesterday for the Terriers are not dropping today. Working it inside, Alec Holler kicks it out. 3-point shot attempt, no good. Rebound, Titusville.
Nice job by Leonard. Goes up high amongst the trees and gets the rebound. Romeo Crouch gets the ball, trying to break away. We're going to have a foul against Trinity Prep. The Terriers will take it out of bounds at half court. Foul is going to be on, I don't know, number 14, Alec Holler. Must be Holler Chevrolet, eh?
It may be 104 to go in the third quarter.
Leonard to Russell. Russell to Crouch. Crouch on the right side. Back to Leonard. Over to Russell. Russell fakes the 3-point shot. Gives the ball back to Leonard at the top of the key. Crouch now with the ball. Leonard wants to shoot. Backs it up. Gives the ball to Russell. He'll pull in and then pull back out. 43 seconds to go. Mack with the ball now. Titusville distributing the ball very well, but great defense by Trinity Prep will not allow anyone to penetrate. And that ball's thrown out of bounds. Mack thought that Leonard was going to head to the basket. He didn't. Threw it out of bounds at the 32nd mark. Be a turnover. The Saints will have the ball.
46-30 Trinity Prep lead. Sagar Desai enters the ball game, as does Jason West. West re-enters the game. Trent Sudeth looking for a teammate. He finds Jason West. Full court press by the Terriers. Saints break the press. They're off and running. Almost stolen by Titusville. Sagar Desai almost lost control. He's going to hand the basketball to Jason West. West over to Holler. Holler kicks it out to Sudeth. Thinks about a three. They're going to play for the last shot here in the third quarter. It appears Jason West with the basketball, driving the lane off the glass, no good. Rebound kicked out to the Saints. Long 3-point shot, no good. Third quarter comes to an end.
And at the end of the third quarter, it is the Saints 46 and the Titusville Terriers 30.
This portion of the Mike Urban Nissan Cadillac Game of the Week is brought to you by Custom Prints Screen Printing. Located at 1740 South Huntington Lane in Rockledge, Custom Prints provides textile printing products for family reunions, church gatherings, civic organizations, sports team uniforms, and business shirts. Give them a call at 631-3652. That's Custom Prints Screen Printing in Rockledge. We'd also like to thank Al's Trophy Shop in Brevard County. At the conclusion of each and every Friday night locker room game, we present a Player of the Game plaque courtesy of Al's Trophy Shop. The recipients from yesterday's contest, both Joe Russell and Romeo Crouch of these Titusville Terriers, walked home with a little bit of hardware. Who will get it this afternoon? We'll find out in about 8 minutes. But thank you, Al's Trophy Shop in Palm Bay and in Cocoa, 2 locations. Give Terry or Dean or Gene a call at 636-6188, but don't call them now. They're on vacation. Give them a call Monday. That's Al's Trophy Shop.
Steve, we'll give you the scoring now if we have an opportunity for Titusville. Jay Leonard has 5, Russell has 4, Crouch has 8, Hawkins has 7, and Bailey with 6. We'll start the fourth quarter, 8 minutes. Titusville down by 16. Joe Russell with the ball. Gives it over to Romeo Crouch. Back to Russell. Once a man inside, Russell will take a 3-point shot. Rebound by West, and he'll be fouled by Russell. And they'll give the ball back to Trinity Prep.
Trent Sudeth will inbound the basketball for the Trinity Prep Saints. He's going to be guarded. The throw-in will be guarded by Tommy Mack, one of the top football players in Brevard County, number 5, Mack. Also a heck of a basketball player. Full court pressure applied again by the Terriers. Broken. Blake Garfinkel trying to work inside quickly to pick up a free basket. Titusville drops back into their pressure defense. So the Saints pull it back out. Garfinkel over to West. West at the top of the key, gets it back to Blake Garfinkel. Garfinkel looking outside, thinking about a 3 is Sudeth. To Garfinkel inside. Nice 2-point conversion by Robin Steenstra. Good ball movement by the Saints.
16 passes to get 2 points, Steve. That takes a lot of time off the clock, and that certainly did a nice job there for the Saints. Titusville with the ball now. Romeo Crouch outside, gives it to Leonard. Leonard, three-point shot up and good.
6:58 to go in this basketball game. 48-33, Trinity Prep lead. Blake Garfinkel with the ball over to Will Miles, trying to work it inside, and he does give Robin Steenstra another 2 points.
And 4 easy points for Steenstra here in the start of the fourth quarter. Titusville will bring it down over to Bailey. Back to Romeo Crouch, three-point shot, and it is good.
Terriers can use a few of those. Jason West double team, but he gets the ball in. Blake Garfinkel trying to go all the way, kicking it inside. Shot no good. Put back in by Blake Garfinkel. 3 easy baskets by the Saints.
Garfinkel with 17 points. Steve, right now the Terriers, they're edging up a little bit. They're getting 3s at this end and 2 at the other, but I don't think they have enough clock left in order to keep trading like that. Romeo Crouch to Leonard. Leonard looks for a 3. It's up and it's good.
All of a sudden it's 52-39. Quick timeout called by Chris Bainbridge and the Titusville Terriers. You know, Titusville is applying a lot of pressure defensively. They're going to a full court press. If and when the Saints beat that, and they're getting some relatively easy baskets of their own.
3 shots made by the Titusville Terriers here in the fourth quarter, and they have all been 3s. 3 shots made by the Saints in the fourth quarter, and they have been, they have been 2s. So they've been able to pick up 3 points on the clock, Steve, but they're still down 52-39. 6 minutes left to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, plenty of time, a ton of time left in this game. Yeah, we saw the Titusville Terrier girls, even though they lost yesterday, they were down 4 points with 4.1 seconds to go, and I'm telling you, they could have tied it up. They had the ball as a layup underneath their own basket, so they scored 2 points, got the ball back, and had a layup that would have tied it. So, we have 6 minutes left to play. The Terriers can easily score 13 points. They have to continue to play defense, and they're applying pressure defense. They have to start to create a few turnovers to make this pressure defense pay off.
And we want to thank Frank and Tracy from Space Coast Tires. They are located at 1732 South Huntington Lane in Rockledge, and if you're in need of batteries, tires, brakes, oil changes, alignments, any type of automobile repair, give them a call at 639-4008.
Trent Sudeth inbounds the basketball for the Saints. Light pressure applied by the Terriers, stolen by Titusville.
Romeo Crouch with the ball. He's going to keep it, gives it off to Russell. Russell off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound. Tries it again, this time Russell gets it in.
All of a sudden it's an 11-point Saints lead. Full court press, but it's not a tight press. I like what Titusville is doing now. They're applying a little bit of pressure to the basketball, but they're also dropping back, and then as soon as the Saints get the ball, then they create another turnover. It's Titusville basketball.
Sudeth with the ball, trying to get it to Will Miles, overthrew him. How can you overthrow a 6'6" guy?
I know it.
Titusville will bring the ball down. 5:22 to go here in the ball game. Titusville down 52-41. Leonard at the top of the key, NBA style. Russell backs it up, tries to get it underneath, and stolen by Trinity Prep.
Stolen by the big guy Sudeth, trying to go coast to coast. Blocked by Jay Leonard. Great defense. Saints were on a breakaway. Looked like Garfinkel had a chance to lay one in. Titusville defense did not give up.
And they ran him all the way down. Great block from behind by Hawkins or Bailey, one of the two.
Saints basketball underneath their own basket, gets it out to Trent Sudeth, the big guy well beyond the arc, who hands it to his point guard, Jason West. Terriers now in a 2-3 zone defense. Jason West slowing things down at the top of the key. Over to Blake Garfinkel. They're going to call a foul on the floor.
That'll be called against,
and that is
Romeo, I guess.
Foul number 7. So the Saints are in the bonus. They'll shoot 1-and-1. Fouls 7-4. First free throw attempt is up and it is good. 53-41. It's a 12-point Saints lead as Blake Garfinkel waits to attempt his second free throw. It's up and it is no good. Long rebound tipped out. It will be blue basketball.
I think Romeo thought it went off of a Trinity Prep guy, so he wasn't going to try to stop it from going out of bounds, and it was touched by Titusville Terrier last.
Jason West inbounds the ball to Miles, back to West. Now back to man-to-man defense. Terrier basketball.
3-on-1. They're going to give it to Bailey, and Bailey's going to be fouled by Trent Sudath, and he can't believe it, but looked pretty good from here.
That was a good call, yeah. He got his feet set late. The Terrier attacker, I didn't get the number, was in the air. I think that was Bailey. Good call by the referees. That's what you like. If you're a Titusville fan, the clock is stopped. Now you're at the line. You mentioned earlier, you got to make these free throws now.
Yeah, they need to make them when the clock is stopped. They itch it a little bit closer. They're down 53-41 with 4:40 to go here in the ball game. And now the clock is stopped. Bailey, the Titusville Terrier, 6'3" senior, has an opportunity to put 2 points on the board and no time off the clock. Bailey ready to go now. Got the ball, 3 or 4 dribbles, takes a look at the basket. The shot is up, and it is good. Bailey with 7 points. I'd like to thank Planet Fitness, located in Rockledge Plaza at 1802 U.S. Highway number 1 in Rockledge. Planet Fitness has 23,000 square foot facility with fitness equipment and cardio machines. Want a physique like Steve Wilson?
Yep.
Go to Planet Fitness.
Mike asked me to be the poster boy for Planet Fitness 2016.
The second shot by Bailey's up. He's got 8. Titusville down by 10.
Full court press applied by the Terriers. Jason West with the basketball. Now they back off just a little bit. Cross court pass to Blake Garfinkel. He drives past midcourt. Ball kicked out of bounds. It will remain in possession of the Saints, but once again, good defense by the Terriers. Jason West just about ready to inbound the basketball on the far side, right around midcourt. Finds Will Miles. Miles drives the lane, trying to go to the hole, off the glass. 2 points for the big guy, Will Miles.
Miles has 6 points in the ball game. Crouch will bring it down, looks at the clock, 4:15 to go. Russell back to Crouch. Leonard open on the far side, now back to Crouch again. Nice defensive side by the Trinity Prep. Russell's going to drive. It's going to roll off the glass. Rebound goes to Titusville. Bailey puts it back up. He's got 10.
10-point lead for the Saints. Trinity Prep has the basketball. Jason West crosses midcourt over to Blake Garfinkel. Back to Jason West beyond the arc. Guarded closely by Joe Russell. Driving the lane is West. Running jump shot, no good. Titusville ball.
And the ball comes out to Bailey. He's going to keep it, go all the way, lays it up, rolls around and out. And the ball goes back to Trinity Prep.
They're just not falling for the Terriers today. Shot no good by the Saints. Rebound put back up. He's fouled in the act of shooting. We saw those balls being made all day yesterday, and the Terriers they're just not there. They're just a fraction off.
Looks like they've put a lid on the basket for the Titusville Terriers.
That was a typical jar of jam right there. First free throw attempt by Robin Steenstra. Steenstra is no good. It remains a 10-point Saints lead. 3:24 left in the game. The winner of today's game will play for the championship tomorrow night at 8. Second shot no good. Terriers basketball.
Leonard with the rebound, dishes off to Romeo Crouch. Crouch returns the favor by giving it back to Leonard. Leonard to Crouch. Crouch over to Russell. Looks inside, gives it to Bailey. Bailey, 7-foot shot, up and good.
Deficit single digits for the first time in a long time. Pressure applied by the Titusville Terriers. Blake Garfinkel with the basketball, crosses midcourt. Gets it to Sudath. Working it inside to Miles. Shot no good. Miles is fouled by Chevelle Bailey, which will send the 6'6" senior to the line shooting 2.
Miles with 6 points in the ball game. 55-47 in favor of the Saints. 2:51 to go here in the ball game. Will Miles, the 6'6" senior, will go to the line. He's got 6 points.
First shot is no good. 2:51 left in the game. That's what you need to see if you're a Titusville fan. Missed free throws by your opponent. Josh Mark checks back into the game in place of Robin Steenstra. Will Miles waiting now to attempt his second free throw. His squad up 55-47. Shot is up and it is good, 56-47. It's a 9-point lead. Timeout called by Erwin Hudson and the Trinity Prep Saints.
And this timeout brought to you by Florida Master Temp, located at 3475 North Highway US 1 in Cocoa. Florida Master Temp is an authorized sales and service outlet for air conditioning systems, refrigeration equipment, ice making machines, and machines of all kinds. The office phone is answered 24 hours a day. Give Master Temp a call at 639-3166. Also like to thank Barry Signs at 1740 South Huntington Lane in Rockledge. They're a full-service sign company specializing in new construction, LED sales, and rentals. Special thanks to Dennis and Joanne Berry for supporting local sports. The phone number for Barry Signs, 631-6150. Barry Signs, lighting up the Space Coast, one LED at a time. 56-47, just under 3 minutes to go here on the campus of Bishop Moore Catholic High School. Bishop Moore boys and girls both won yesterday, Steve. And Bishop Moore will take on the winner of, well, they have to play Creekside tonight. Yeah, and then they will take on the winner of this game for the championship.
Yeah, the Hornets girls play next, and then the boys play after that, so the stands are starting to fill. Titusville basketball.
Titusville with the ball. Romeo Crouch to Leonard. Leonard to Russell. Russell back to Leonard, way outside in the top of the key. Nice defense by, ball almost stolen. Nice defense by Trinity Prep. Leonard with three. Oh, no good. Stolen by Romeo Crouch. He'll take a left-handed shot up off the glass, and it's good.
Down to a 7-point lead. Strong pressure applied by the Terriers. West breaks the pressure, kicks it outside now. Look for the Saints to slow things down just a little bit. Garfinkel with the ball. He drives the lane. Now kicks the ball out to Trent Sudeth. Clock approaches the 2-minute mark as Will Miles touches the ball, the 6'6 senior from the outside. West drives the lane. He's going off the glass, up and in. 2 points, Jason West.
West with 16 points now in the ball game. Titusville brings it down. Mack doing the honors over to Romeo Crouch. He'll go to Leonard to the right side. Leonard now will go to the top of the key over to Crouch. Crouch looking for Russell. Down Leonard has the ball, gives it to Russell. Russell wants to shoot a three, backs it up, gives it to Leonard. And Russell now with an 8-foot floater blocked. And Titusville will get the rebound. Romeo Crouch with a shot. It's a three-pointer, I believe.
Yeah.
And it will be good.
All of a sudden, it is a 6-point lead. 1:21 left in the game. Coach Bainbridge calls timeout immediately after Crouch hits that three. How about the official bank of the Friday Night Locker Room, Community Bank of the South? They are an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Locations at 277 North Sykes Creek Parkway in Merritt Island, State Road 524 in Cocoa, and 1902 South Fisk Boulevard in Rockledge. Heck of a basketball game going as we speak. 1:21 left. Titusville's back in this game.
Yeah, you have to like what they've done. They've started, they worked the ball around a little bit more. But Trinity Prep, Steve, kind of backed off a little bit, hasn't shot as much. And but Titusville's come down and made some threes when they've had to. We talked about trading a 3 for a 2, and it kind of worked here a little bit. They're back into this ball game. They're only 6 points away. And we want to thank DeCandio and Associates, Allstate Insurance. Jennifer DeCandio, the agency principal. 2 locations, one in Port St. John and one on US 1 in Mims. Give Jennifer DeCandio a call at 631-3777.
Titusville's committed 9 fouls here in the second half. Trinity Prep 5, so the Saints have only committed 5 fouls. Trent Sudeth just about ready to inbound the basketball. Strong pressure applied by the Terriers. Double team in the corner. Still not able to move the ball yet. Great defense. They're going to call a timeout. Good timeout called by the Saints because West was trapped in the corner right in front of us, not even close to midcourt. So smart timeout called by Erwin Hudson.
Yeah, and they'll give it to him, and that will give the ball back to Trinity Prep, and they can start it again. But the important thing there, Steve, took 22 seconds off the clock. So now they're only That's not right, is it?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Eight
It
or
was
9 seconds
121.
ahead,
Yeah, it took 5 seconds off.
So now they'll be with 1:16 left to go here. Titusville down only by 6. At the end of the third quarter, they were down by 16. So they picked up 10 points here in this fourth quarter, and they're doing a nice job there. Leonard has come up with 2 threes. Russell with 2 points. Romeo Crouch 2 threes and a double. And Chevelle Bailey has punched in 6. So those 3 guys have got the Titusville Terriers back into this ball game.
Saints are having one of their big guys, 6'6" senior Trent Sudeth, inbound the basketball. We're going to see full court pressure applied once again by the Terriers. Referee blows the whistle. We're just about ready to get under the way now. Will Miles with the ball, easily break the press. Garfinkel driving into the paint and pulls it back out. They're going to call a foul. Gets the point. 1:10 left in the game.
You're going to have to foul.
Yeah, you almost had to. Once they break the press, they're not going to shoot unless they have an easy layup or an easy basket. So that will send Blake Garfinkel to the line. Should be 1-1. First free throw attempt is up, and it is good. Back to a 3-possession lead, 59-52, as Jay Leonard checks back into the game for Neil Hawkins. Second free throw attempt by Blake Garfinkel. The 6' senior is up, and it is good as well. It's an 8-point Saints lead.
Garfinkel down with 20 points for the Saints. Titusville's going to have to hurry. They're going to have to put the ball up in bunches now. Russell with the ball, looking for a little bit of help. He'll give it to Leonard on the far side. Romeo Crouch winning the ball. They gave it to him late. Russell now with the ball. Somebody's got to put up a 3 quickly. Leonard with the ball down inside. They go, shot up, and that's Bailey, and that's a 2-pointer.
60-54, 44 seconds to go. Saints inbound the basketball. Strong pressure applied. Broken by Jason West. Now pull back out. Trent Sudeth with the basketball all the way across court back to West, and they are going to have to foul. Romeo Crouch had no choice but to commit the foul. 31.2 seconds left in the game. It's a 6-point Saints lead.
31 seconds left. The Titusville Terriers will wait now. West will go to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up, and it is good. He's got 17 points in the ball game now for the Trinity Prep Saints. He'll have an opportunity now for one more shot.
Jason West shot, no good, spins out. Titusville Terriers basketball.
Mack gets the rebound, and it's stolen by West, and stolen back by Leonard. Gives the ball to Russell. Got a man underneath. Russell's going to keep it. A little floater, no good. Rebound goes to Trinity Prep. Whoa, that's a foul and a half.
Those little floaters, you like to see him use the glass because for that very reason, it hits the back of the rim, has no chance of going in and kicks right back out. And once again, those are shots that dropped all day yesterday.
61-54 now in favor of Trinity Prep. Going to the free throw line again will be Jason West.
17.1 seconds left in this game. It's a 3-possession lead. Not a lot of time left. It's going to be a challenge. Don't go away immediately after the game. We will be naming and talking to our Friday night locker room, Mike Urban Nissan Cadillac, Florida Master Temp, Al's Trophy Shop, custom print screening, Knutson Brain Spine Injury, Law Office, Planet Fitness, Barry Signs Player of the Game.
Fantasy Pools, Jim Knutson, Beef O'Brady's, DeCandio and Associates, Allstate Insurance. I want to thank all those people that Steve and I just mentioned. They are sponsors that keep us on the road and keep us bringing you local Brevard County High School sports from around the state of Florida. Right now in Orlando at the 2015 Jim Clark Hornet Holiday Classic Basketball Tournament.
Jason West free throw is no good. It remains a 7-point Saints lead with 17.1 seconds to go. Jason West waiting patiently for the basketball. Second free throw attempt by West is up, and it is good. It's an 8-point lead.
West now with 18 points leading all scorers. Titusville, Leonard's got to put it up. It's going to be way short. It will go out of bounds. Tried to be saved by Bailey, but unable to do so with 8 seconds left. We're going to end this thing here quickly, and the score now 62-54.
Trent Sudeth waiting for the basketball from the referee so he can inbounds and tip off these final 8 seconds. Stolen by the Terriers, shot off the glass, no good. Tip, no good. Back to Titusville, back and forth, and that is the game.
So you look at the final score, it is 62-54. Steve Wilson will hunt down the Friday night locker room holiday player of the game. And we'll give you the scoring here in just a second.
We'll do a little figuring here and see who we got. There were a number of players that really stood out this afternoon.
So we'll look at the scoring now for the Saints. Blake Garfinkel had 20, Trent Sudath with 11, Robin Sinstra with 6, Jason West with 18, and Will Miles, the 6'6" senior. He had 7 points. And your final score again, 62-54 in favor of Trinity Prep. The scoring now for the Titusville Terriers, we'll figure that up for you in just a second. Jay Leonard, the 6'1" senior with 11 points. Joe Russell, 5'11" senior with 6 points. Romeo Crouch, the 6'2" junior for the Titusville Terriers, led the Titusville Terriers in scoring with 16. Neil Hawkins, the 6'4" junior, had 7. And Chevelle Bailey, the 6'3" senior, he punched in 14 for the Titusville Terriers. So you're looking at 54 points by the Titusville Terriers. They'll come up 8 points short. Their record now goes to 13-1. Trinity Prep record now goes to 11-3. So the Titusville Terriers, they will play tomorrow. Let's see what this says here. That's a girls bracket. Let's go to the boys bracket. So Titusville looks like they will play Lake Howell at 10:30 in the morning. If I read this correctly, we'll wait and make sure here just a second. But Trinity Prep will win this ball game 62-54. So Titusville will go to the losing side of the bracket. Trinity Prep will play the winner of Bishop Moore and Creekside. That game will be at 8 o'clock tonight. Bishop Moore won yesterday, beating Harmony 6-6 to 63, and they'll play Creekside at 8 p.m. tonight. Creekside beating East River 50-39.
Yeah, we have our players of the game on the way. They're going to be here in just a couple minutes. Just had a quick word with Coach Erwin Hudson. He's gone back to the locker room to get the kids. Hopefully you'll be able to pick us up. The music is cranked up in preparation for the Bishop Moore University girls game. The winner of this game will compete for the championship tomorrow as well against, I believe it was Olympia, who won the game two games ago. So we're whittling the teams down. Here come our co-players of the game. We're going to get them set up and mic'd up so we can talk to them just a little bit.
And while Steve is doing that, we want to thank DeCandio and Associates, Allstate Insurance, Jennifer DeCandio, agency principal. They have 2 locations to serve you, one in Port St. John at 950 Fay Boulevard. Their phone number is 631-3777. Their second location is in Mims at 3239 North Highway US number 1 in Mims. Their phone number there, 267-8711. Allstate Insurance for auto, home, life, and they work on investments, disability insurance. They will insure your boat, your motor home, your motorcycle, your four-wheeler. They can also, if you need renter's insurance, they can take care of that. So give Jennifer DeCandio, she is the agency principal, give her a call in Port St. John at 631-3777. Steve Wilson getting our holiday Friday night locker room Tuesday edition of our players of the games. We got all kinds of them for you. We'll get them started in just a second. Steve, go ahead.
Thanks, Orville. We're going to start off with the 6' senior Jason West of the victorious Trinity Prep Saints. Jason, first, congratulations on the win tonight.
Oh, thank you.
What an exciting game. You all came in here, faced an undefeated Titusville Terrier team. Not afraid at all.
Yes.
You look solid.
Yes, thank you. We just wanted to come out and attack from the get-go. Me personally, I've been struggling for the last couple games, so I just wanted to come out and be aggressive as possible and really get my team going.
Jason, 8 points tonight for you from the floor, but more importantly, I like the way you handled the ball and the way you moved the offensive side for the Saints. A lot of ball movement, a lot of big guys on your team. You're only 6 foot?
Yeah, 6 foot.
But tell me a little bit about working with the height and keeping the ball outside.
Yeah, me and Blake especially, being the smaller guys on the team, we want to just really facilitate and get our other big man in the game. Will, our 6'7" center, Trent, and Josh and Robin. We wanted to get them touches from the get-go and really get them involved, so they help us on defense and rebounding as well.
Any trouble in the first quarter? Titusville jumped down, I think, to a 9-2
Yep.
lead real quick.
Yep.
Any thoughts on changing your offensive strategy?
Not at all. We're a very veteran team. We have like 7 seniors. I'm the only sophomore, or other than senior, starting right now. So they really just guide us, and I just follow their lead.
Steve?
Well, Jason, we want to congratulate you on the win today. Good luck in the championship game tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
We'd like to present you with a player of the game plaque.
Thank you, thank you.
Strong performance by yourself. It was a lot of fun for us to watch your team play. And
thank you.
Once again, good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
Jason West, 6-foot sophomore for Trinity Prep Saints. Head coach Erwin Hudson will be joining us just a minute. Jason West with 18 points tonight for the Saints, and the Titusville Terriers will fall to the Saints 62-54. We'll have our co-player of the game, Blake Garfinkel, 6-foot senior, will be joining us in just a second. Steve Wilson getting the picture of the Friday night locker room player of the game. One of them anyway, that's Jason West, 18 points tonight. You can go to our website at spacecoastdaily.com. You'll be able to see the pictures of the co-winners of the Friday night locker room game of the week tomorrow morning on the website at spacecoastdaily.com. And while we have the opportunity, we want to thank Tom Palermo for operating Sports Center for us on Merritt Island and keeping our stream at spacecoastdaily.com and also fnlr.net. Joining us now, the co-player of the game, wearing number 11 for the Saints. He is, number 5. He is 6-foot senior Blake Garfinkel. Blake knocked in 20 points tonight. Blake, tell me a little bit about playing the Titusville Terriers.
We knew they were undefeated coming into the game, and, we had a lot of confidence, and, we've been playing really well together, our starting 5 and our bench, and, we've been working really hard in practice, and, our coach just says give it all you got every single game, so we executed on offense and defense, and we got the win tonight.
Blake, let me ask you, how confident are you when just about everybody on your team is 6'4", 6'5", 6'6"?
Oh, yeah, brings a lot of confidence to everyone on the team. We got big guys. It gives the guards a little bit of a easier job, with the bigs crashing. But, having a big team, it's really beneficial for us every single game.
Well, you got a guy 6'4", you got a guy 6'3", one 6'6", two of them 6'6", and the 2 guys that are 6 foot, you and Jason West, end up winning the Friday night locker room player of the games because mostly the outside shooting, but both of you guys got some pretty good looks inside. How tough was it to get inside on the Terriers?
Yeah, it was very tough, very good defensive team, very good, very well-coached team. But, we executed on offense, and we just, got in the paint, gave it to the bigs, and, they just went inside and finished.
Blake, you had a good lead there late in the contest. Titusville clawed their way back into the game, got to within, I believe, 6 points, a 2-possession game. What was the mindset of yourself at that time?
I know we were in the bonus, so we just got to stay aggressive and, hopefully get fouled and go to the free throw line and, just finish the game strong.
Well, Blake, again, I know you want to get with your team. Blake Garfinkel, he puts in 20 points tonight for the Saints, along with the co-player of the game, Jason West. He had 18. Between the 2 of them and the rest of the staff, they come up with a big win tonight over undefeated Titusville Terriers, 62-54. The Saints go to 11-3. Steve, the Titusville Terriers now 13-1.
Well, Blake, congratulations on the big win today. I have a little bit of hardware for you for earning the player of the game honors. Good luck tomorrow night in the championship contest.
Thank you very much.
And the game that Steve just spoke about, Bishop Moore will play Creekside here at 8 o'clock tonight or somewhere close to that. Right now they're running about 30 minutes behind. So Bishop Moore and Creekside, the winner of that game, will take on Trinity Prep tomorrow night. at 8 o'clock. So the two Friday night locker room players of the game, Blake Garfinkel with 20 points and Jason West with 18. We'll give you the rest of them. Trent Sudeth with 11 points, Robin Stenstra with 6, and Will Miles, a 6'6 senior, ends up with 7 points underneath. So a big win tonight for the Saints over undefeated Titusville Terriers, 62-54.
Orville, we're joined by Erwin Hudson, head coach of the victorious Trinity Prep Saints. Coach, congratulations on the win. Your thoughts?
Oh, wow. Still kind of trying to get my voice back because that was amazing. I mean, that team was one of the best teams we played all year. And, you know, we game planned for them and it worked. It's rarely when that really happens. And, you know, honestly, our bigs, I kind of felt that we had a, advantage at the bigs, but I honestly didn't feel like, our guards were going to be ready for these guys. But our guards stepped up. Blake Garfinkel played out of his mind. Jason is back. He's a highly, getting recruited by some mid to high majors, and he's been missing in action for the last couple of games. But Blake, the senior guard, is really every game progressed, and now he showed that he was a senior tonight, and I was very impressed with him.
Well, Coach Jason West told us that he hasn't had the last 2 or 3 games. He hasn't been able to play very well for one reason or another. Certainly, he did a nice job tonight. 18 points. The two Friday night locker room co-players of the game, only 6 foot apiece, Coach, and you got 6'6" guys, 6'5", 6'4s.
Gotcha.
But I think the height caused the Titusville Terriers to change their game plan a little bit, and that might have helped you a little bit there.
And one of the things we did, we actually, we changed up on them. Because man-to-man, first opening plays, they killed us. They went the cuts, and that's what I noticed yesterday. They cut better than every team I've seen. Like they double cut out of the motion. And so what we did was the first play playing man, when they beat us, they had us 11 to 3 or 4, and we went zone. We went to 2-3, stopped all the cutting. And, I know they can shoot the ball, but they didn't shoot as well as they did last night. We got hands up, closed out. And like I said, my guards, honestly, that's how we're supposed to play.
Coach, no panic when you went down 11-3?
No, I wasn't panicking because, like I said, we weren't playing our game, and I knew we just need to make adjustments. I've been doing this a long time.
What do you do?
Yeah, we'll take a short break for the national anthem. The national anthem played in preparation for the next game, the winner of the Bishop Moore. Who is it? I've lost track. Bishop Moore game next. They'll play for the championship tomorrow. University, that's right. It was Olympia that won earlier. But anyway, we're joined by Coach Erwin Hudson of the Trinity Prep Saints. His squad defeated an undefeated Titusville Terrier team earlier. Orville?
Coach, how much confidence does it give you when you know that you're throwing a bunch of trees out there on the floor? Especially against, Titusville. I think they had 1 6'4" guy.
Yes.
Other than that, I don't even know why you let Garfinkel and West on the floor. Coach, you're only 6 foot tall.
I know. Like I said, first of all, Garfinkel being a senior, and we have 3 senior trees. Trent Sudeth is our leader. He's our captain. Didn't take him out 1 minute. Will Miles has been playing. He's so much better. Last year, if Will played half as well, we wouldn't have lost the district championship. We lost by 1 point in the district championship, Lake Highland. It's just this year he's matured. He's playing like a man. And I've got 7 seniors, which means something. They've been playing in this system. Even though this is my 2nd year there, I know them very well. So I trust this team. I trust them.
Well, one of the things you talked about, 6'6" Trent Sudeth, he's a senior. Coach, he backed out twice and planted threes for you.
Oh, he can step up. He's a stretch four. He's being recruited by all the D3 schools in town, and he has a 4.8 grade point average.
Wow.
I mean, he missed one question on the SAT, and I think 3 of my guys are like 1 or 2 questions on the SAT. We're a smart school, so I inherited a smart team. Now, like I said, it's about getting them tougher, playing stronger, and playing up to their mental abilities.
Well, Coach, we watched a very disciplined team play tonight against the Titusville Terriers. Gave them their first loss of the year.
That's big.
We're picking Bishop Moore to come out of the other side to play you tomorrow night. That'll be at 8 o'clock or somewhere into that round if they win tonight.
Yes.
At their 8 o'clock game. But congratulations on the win today, and good luck tomorrow night.
Looking forward to it. This is my school. I coached here for 3 years,
Right.
So I'm glad to be back. My first time coaching at Bishop Moore.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to see them in the final tomorrow night.
So.
And,
I really hope so.
Maybe you'll come up with a big win here, and they'll throw tomatoes. I don't know. What are they going to do? Throw tomatoes at you?
They might. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate
Coach,
you
we
guys.
appreciate it very much. Congratulations. Happy holidays to you and your team. Thank you for spending a little time with us here on the
God
Friday
bless.
Night Locker Room. Thank you very
guys.
much.
Good luck.
That's head coach Erwin Hudson of Trinity Prep. Like you said, he was here at Bishop Moore a few years ago. Tomorrow night, if Bishop Moore wins tonight, he'll be able to play Bishop Moore in the championship game on the boys' side. So right now, University and Bishop Moore, the ladies, will start playing here in just a minute. And Bishop Moore won big last night. So we'll see how they do tonight. But a great job by Erwin Hudson and his Trinity Prep Saints getting a win over Chris Bainbridge and the Titusville Terriers, 62-54. Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, just one quick word with Coach Bainbridge. He's walking out. Coach, a valiant effort. You started strong. They came back. Trinity Prep played well. But you really made it a 2-point possession game and gave them fits at the end. Your thoughts?
Well, we just lacked intensity the first 3 quarters of the game. We didn't do a very good job defensively, stopping their penetration. And they shot the ball well. They shot the ball, I believe, 64% for the game. We give up 64% to a team like that. It's a very good team. We're going to have our work cut out for us, and that's what happened tonight. Defensive intensity wasn't there.
Yeah, and I know you're not going to make every shot, but Orville and I were seeing shots this afternoon, that dropped yesterday that just were not dropping.
Yeah, we might have a little bit tired legs. We got a really short bench for this tournament. We're playing 6 guys. So they may have been a little tired, but we made poor decisions. We got smaller guards trying to penetrate and score layups over their 6'6" centers. It's just not real good decision making at times.
Long term, do you see a game like this helping your squad?
Oh, absolutely. I believe we'll learn from this for sure. We can't win every game. That's be nice, but not going to happen. So we'll learn. We got to work against zone a lot better than we do, and I think we started to work against their zone a little bit better there once we picked up our intensity.
You'll play in the 3rd place game tomorrow against, who is your opponent tomorrow?
We'll play the winner of the Creekside Bishop Moore game. They play tonight at 8 o'clock, so we'll play the winner of the loser of that game.
All right, Coach. Well, I know you came up short tonight. Congratulations. I mean, you played well yesterday. We enjoyed covering you, and you cut it to a 2-possession game late, and Orville and I are looking at each other, and we're both saying, they've got time. I said, you just never know, but, sometimes the ball just doesn't drop. But good luck tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing you and covering the Terriers in 2016.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys covering us like you do. Thanks a lot.
That is Chris Bainbridge, head coach of the Titusville Terriers. His squad came up a little bit short this afternoon, but doesn't mean they're not one of the best around, because they are.
Well, Steve, one of the good things about this squad here, when they go back to Brevard County, they're not going to see a lot of 6'6", 6'5", 6'4" guys, especially on the floor at the same time. So it's going to be a big difference. I think they could take away from this game about playing amongst the trees, for lack of a better word. I can't remember anybody in Brevard County right now that putting a lineup with a 6'6", 2 6'6" guys, 2 6'4" guys, a 6'3" guy, and then 2 6-foot guards that just penetrate and shoot the lights out of the ball.
Yeah, there are some big guys in the county. Horkler's 6'7" out of Melbourne, but they don't have the multiple 6'6", 6'5", 6'7" players. But, as a learning experience, Coach said it was absolutely good for his team to play a game like this, even though they came up short. Hopefully they'll win tomorrow, get the 3rd place trophy, go back to Brevard County, and then it does not get any easier starting next week. They host the Palm Bay Pirates on Tuesday, then they travel to Melbourne on Friday, and then play Heritage the following